Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Shelly's Millions. In today's video, we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to because this is a live chat filmed on Sunday, September 29th, 2024. My mom is going to be moving in with me in 1 month. My mom is currently a senior citizen living on Social Security alone, and we are in the final countdown until she moves in. So there's some preparation for that. That's why the setup is a little bit different today. I finally got out my lighting. I feel like this is a good setup for the lighting. I don't know how I feel about these doors as my background. And then, of course, that's going to now be the bed area. And I do have my Shelly's Millions light plugged in. Maybe that's a better view. I feel like that's a better filming view than the doors. Do we do it like this? I think maybe we do. But now I've got the shadow on my face, but I could move that light, not right this second. So what do we think? Kind of here for the filming angle? I feel like that's a yes. I feel like that's how it's good, right, guys? Position 2, this is position 2. Position 1. 1, 2. 2 is better. I can even move this microphone out of the shot. 2. We'll have to keep my bed made at all times. And I'm not sleeping in there yet. And then my second monitor and a lamp and stuff and bookshelf. Anyway, so okay. The Big Cheese says, I don't know about your opinion, but it seems like summer is sticking around even in October. It's going to be 108 degrees where you are near Sacramento. Maybe we'll have summer weather by November. All right, my mom says definitely position 2. All right, so we're going to keep it like that. We'll have my face in a little bit of a shadow. Yeah, okay. Also, my mom had these sheets that she gave me, and it just happens to match. It matches the color scheme that was already in here. It's like a teal and a pink paisley, and this room is teal and teal and pink. So perfect. All right, position 2. This is the filming angle, you guys. At least for now. Summer does seem like it's lasting longer. It did last year as well. Like it's hot well into October these days. I am not like any kind of climate change expert or anything, but I just hope that's good for the environment. I don't know. Probably it's not, right? We probably need I don't know. We probably need cooler weather and rain faster. I don't know. I like both. I like I don't like to be too we're just gonna ramble today, apparently. And that's okay. I missed you guys. I feel like I have not been on as much. I had a friend visit and then I had work come up. P.S. In terms of work, I think by the time I'm done with my shift today, I will have worked 60 hours this week. 60. It's a good thing I love my job. And I do most days, but boy, that I'm getting old to pull a 60-hour work week, guys. But my best friend was just telling me that they think a lot of people, and maybe this is the direction we go. Totally didn't even finish my first thought, but maybe this is the direction we go. Maybe we talk about how in today's society, it's really common for people to work a regular 40-hour work week and then turn around and in addition to their 40-hour work week, put in another 20 hours driving Uber or picking up a side hustle or something like that. Oh, Alex, I have been wanting to see you in here. Your friend has now moved in as your roommate. Is that correct? I just wanted to see how that's going. If that's a better situation for you than than your previous roommate, and if your finances are starting to level out again for it. So good to see you in the chat. You like position 2 because you can see the light of Shelly's Millions. It's nice. My mom is moving in with me. We don't really have, okay, this is what I remember bringing to potlucks. Apparently we really are going to ramble today, but that's okay, you guys. If you have a specific topic that you guys really want me to focus on, I can do that, but just let me know. Otherwise, it might be like a bit of an all over the place kind of live today, and that's okay. This was my signature dish. This is what my mom would cook. I probably asked her to cook this when we would go to like school potlucks and things like that. One of my boyfriends, as I got a little bit older, he would go on to call these trailer dogs. For those of you that don't know, I grew up in a trailer park. My mom is moving out of a trailer park. My mom inherited my grandma's trailer when she passed away, and that's where that's where she currently is moving from. And I have some mixed emotions about that. But anyway, I grew up in a trailer. My mom still lives in a trailer, and I'm currently in net worth, including the value of the house. I have over $1 million in net worth. So we've got the first million in net worth. Can I use that? No. Am I living paycheck to paycheck? Yes. Because most of the equity's in the house. But anyway, so my ex-boyfriend called these trailer dogs. And what a trailer dog is, it's a hot dog split down the middle with instant mashed potatoes in the middle and a slice of Kraft American single cheese over the top. And then you bake it. I don't know for how long, 20 minutes maybe, until the cheese is melted and everything's nice and warm. And they're really good. Probably a lot of sodium, probably not very healthy at all. But a trailer dog, I'm sure we'll eat some trailer dogs. I haven't had those in a long time. But that is my mom's signature dish. And then someone asked, we go live every Thanksgiving. If you don't have family, if you don't have friends, if you just want to confirm that my family is as crazy as your family, if you need a break, we don't necessarily go live at a specific time. We don't talk about money or finance unless you guys want to. We might do the breakdown of a Thanksgiving meal this year. Yes. Hi, Jillian. I think you're new to the channel, so welcome. I do need to work on my second million, and I need to like not rely on the value of the house so much. I'm doing that with my high yield savings account, investing in my 401k, and apparently working 60-hour work weeks at my job. I am salary. And then YouTube is my side hustle. Right now, my time commitment on YouTube is only about an hour a week. I spend an hour a week with you guys, and that's about the extent of what I'm doing with YouTube to try and kind of keep the channel alive so that in the future, when I have a little bit more time, I can start making videos again and hopefully make a little extra money doing that. Right now, the channel is not making me very much money. It's not nothing, but then there's some cost affiliated with the channel as well. So it just depends. Anyway, okay, what else did I want to say? Sean, I skipped your comment. You said, happy Sunday, not a good day for football, on the other hand, because of the hot weather. I don't know. I also don't know who's playing today. Hi, Debbie. All right, little green guy. I'm glad that you're able to join the live. So he's going to be happy. And also, if anybody's new to the channel, I work at a movie theater as my regular job. So let's go ahead and check the movie grosses this week. I don't know what the number one film is. I think it might what came out this week? I think because the Philadelphia Eagles are losing. All right. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So we are going to check the movie grosses because we do that a little bit. I'm going to share the screen. All right, these are the video details. Okay. Movie grosses. I never know what I want to type. You would think that I would know exactly where I want to go and everything, but I don't. I don't. All right. What is this one? I don't think I usually use, I guess I do kind of know. I don't know, we got to go to the weekend. And even though it's just Sunday morning here in Southern California, they already kind of know. Oh no, they don't have the data. All right, well, I take that back then. There are websites that have the data though already, the estimates at least. Okay, let's see here. It's this one. We'll do Deadline. They're usually pretty reliable. Okay, latest in box office. Columbia Pictures Saturday Night. No. Okay. Box office. Wild Robot powers to third best September animated pick debut with 35 million. Megalopolis collapses with 4 million and a D+ cinema score. Saturday night, a live and limited release. Sunday box office update Sunday morning. After the Saturday update, families continued to flock to theaters this fall. Not only did Wild Robot post the third best opening for an animated movie in September with 35 million, after an 11.3 million Friday, including near 2 million in previews and 14.2 on Saturday, but Warner Brothers Beetlejuice. Where's the rest of this article? Oh, do I have to? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, there we go. But Warner Brothers Beetlejuice refused to die. It's only down 38% in its fourth weekend. It's got a $16 million take, so it's made a total of $250.1 million. And the sequel is on the edge of becoming Tim Burton's second highest grossing movie at the domestic box office, overtaking 1989's Batman and falling behind Alice in Wonderland. Okay. So Beetlejuice is the number one movie? It's just saying it. No. No. So Wild Robot is the number one. Then Beetlejuice is number 2. Okay. That looks like what it is. I don't really know anything about Wild Robot. All right. So those are the movies this week. Okay. Let me remove this from the screen and okay. YouTube is good monetization, but I'd rather put my money in a high yield savings account. Speaking of which, what do you think about the interest rates lowering? Aren't we going to make less now? Yes. But I'm not worried about that. Here's my thing. And I have my money. I am using American Express as my high yield savings account. They have been and still are at 4.25%. But in a high yield savings account, it's still going to be more than in a traditional savings account. So I used to be with Wells Fargo. I still am with Wells Fargo. That's who my mortgage is with. So I'm kind of tied into being with Wells Fargo for a while. And so it's quick and easy. That's who I opened my checking account with, and I have a free checking account. I don't pay any money for the checking account. I have a savings account with them, and I think I have to deposit like $5 every month so that my entire account stays free. I think that's the deal is you have to do $5 a month in the savings account. So I do that. I feel like my camera is lagging. Anyway, apologize if it is. But the Wells Fargo account was making 0.001 cents. Not 0.0. It was making like a penny a month. So basically anything advertised as a high yield savings account, even though it's going to make less than it was because of the interest rates, it's still going to be making more than a traditional savings account. So I'm going to be happy with that. And I can report I should make a video with just like monthly updates about how much is in my savings account and how much I've earned just from interest. Okay. You need a monster movie report. What's best and what's coming for Halloween? Okay. So Joker Folly Ado opens next week. That's going to be, sorry, we're kind of all over the place. We do talk about movies, we talk about finance, all of that. Yeah, and just going back to the finance really quick before we go back to talking about movies. Yes, I would also rather focus on the high yield savings account. So I'm not like at this point in my YouTube career, I'm not like investing more money into the channel. But like I use StreamYard to do these lives. It allows me to pop your question up on screen. So I really like this format. Although I do think YouTube has kind of added some of these features to their ability to go live. So I should probably check that out and see if I can drop StreamYard all together. So I don't know if that's a possibility or not. But definitely I should save money on my channel. And then I pay for things like Canva, which allows me to like make thumbnails for my videos, although I really haven't made a thumbnail for my videos in a long time, but I hope to. I think that's like 114. Anyway, there's some cost associated with YouTube. I'm not investing more money into the things that cost money to run the channel, but the high yield savings account is automated. So anything I make from YouTube is kind of just extra. And I still really believe in forming a YouTube channel and growing and everything like that. Okay. Alex is also interested in the Fed lowering interest rates because I think high yield savings account are going to be affected as well. They're going to go down. Yes, that is absolutely true. And we can look into that in just a second. Let me tell Debbie a little bit about the movies while we pull up the high yield savings account stuff. So Joker Folly Ado right before Halloween, that is just gonna, it's gonna be the number one movie, and that is with Lady Gaga. So that's really some good star power there. And outside of that, I'm not really certain what's really going to work in theaters this season. And I don't think I'm not a huge horror fan as I wear like my little Mickey sweater. I'm trying to get a lot of use out of it. I know we're not even officially in October yet, but I've already worn this once. I got to get a lot of use out of it. And guys, I got to also say, you can't see this, but I'm going to show you. This is already snagged. At my job, I carry a lot of boxes. I wore this on my off day to work the other day. Please don't ask why I was at work on my off day because there was too much work. So I went back on my off day to do more work. Something is wrong with me. But anyway, I care about the theater and I want it to run well. So I went on my off day to get some things knocked out that I seemed to only be able to have time to get knocked out when I wasn't officially working a shift. Anyway, but sometimes you carry boxes and it snagged the sweater. Even though I'm in management at the movie theater, you're still in there doing like, I don't want to call it hard labor. Like it's not hard. I'm not like carrying packs of bricks all day, but I am lifting bags of seed that are 35 pounds. Like the soda is heavy. And you're just putting stock away. And you're like, if there's a leak in your soda machine, sometimes you're down literally on the floor, sometimes in the water while you're investigating the leak. So it is, even though I'm in management, it's still dirty work sometimes, not all the time. And obviously like I like it, but you wear your fun sweater and then you snag it putting boxes away. Shoot. Okay. But anyway, the Fed interest rates. So what's kind of easiest for me is going to be to look up the current high yield savings account interest rates. And I think we had Joel in here saying that he put his money in a high yield savings account. We're going to use NerdWallet high yield savings. So they're just like, they're a financial website, and they're going to like update these. So we've still got, let me make sure. Yeah, we still have 4.5% at Citibank, SoFi, 4.5%. And it looks like they've got some sort of promotion where you can earn up to $300 with direct deposit. What in the world? Oh, no. Sorry. Okay, we got to do this again. This is their rating. Okay, get it together, Shelly. The annual percentage yield is 4.7 at Citibank, 4.5 at SoFi. What made me realize I was not reading the correct data is I got to American Express Savings, which is where my savings is at. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not at 4.5%. So we need to look over here, the 4.25%. This is also good. This is you can have a $0 minimum balance. So I think you need like $1 to open the account. I don't have like any referrals or anything. I think Joel said he did Ally Bank, which they're an online bank only. I have to be honest, I am a little bit nervous ever since kind of everything that happened with Yada, which I used to recommend. I feel like Ally Bank, we can Google how long Ally Bank has been around, but I don't think it's a super long time. It's not as long as American Express. So I feel more safe with American Express, even though the interest rate isn't quite as high as it is on Ally. Okay, see, same with this UFB portfolio savings. I haven't heard of them. And so that makes me nervous. And I think, guys, that is a lot of times why people don't change. Here's why I think people don't put their money in high yield savings account. Oh, hi Bella. Thank you for reminding people to please like the video. And I think I'll take a sip of coffee while we remind everybody of that. Okay. So I think there's a couple reasons why people don't move their money to the high yield savings accounts. Number one is ease and convenience. So that used to be what I was guilty of. I used to just keep my money in my regular savings account, and I would watch it get a penny of interest every month. But I hate leaving money on the table. And if you have $1,000, $500, $20, if you have any money in a savings account that you regularly don't touch, it just makes more sense to keep it in a high yield savings account. That is how you don't leave money on the table. But I think for ease, right? If you open your bank account at Wells Fargo when you're in college, like I did, you want to make sure that your account stays free, like I did. So maybe they require you to have a savings account with them where you deposit at least $5 every month, which was my situation. And my mortgage is with Wells Fargo. So I had all three with Wells Fargo, and I would watch it get a penny every month. And like, honestly, a penny is better than no pennies, but that's not, you are leaving money on the table if you don't switch your money to a high yield savings account. So even during times when I would have like $5,000 in my savings, it was still only earning, I gotta tell you guys a story. It's a money story. Oh, and I'm not gonna like this story. And it's kind of, I'm just realizing this as we're talking. When I was saving to buy this house, and I think I bought the house in 2011. Debbie, I will update you in 2 seconds. I did title that about my mom moving in. Let me finish this story, and then we'll talk about why my mom's moving in. When I was buying this house, I was looking, and the banks, like what I did, there was a house coming up on auction that I was like, oh my God, I heard you could get a house for like $5,000 on auction. And if any house would have ever been a $5,000 house on auction, yeah, right, in Southern California. But anyway, a girl can dream, right? And you have to experience these things firsthand so that you know what to expect. Um, there were a lot of houses kind of going up for auction in 2011, 2012. It was right after all the housing market had crashed and people weren't being approved a lot. So what I did, I knew I was going to be buying a house, or I wanted to. And I wanted to buy this specific house at auction. It was a one-bedroom house that literally was about the sidewalk's distance off of a train track. Needed a lot of work, but had a lot for $5,000. Heck yeah, I'll live right behind the train track. It would have been really close to my mom's house, to my mom's trailer. So I wanted this house. But to buy a house at auction, you have to have all cash. So back in the day, back in 2011, I pulled out, maybe it was 2010 when I pulled the money out. I pulled out as much as I could out of my 401k. I think the rules are 100,000 or 50% of what's in your 401k. Everybody's 401k is probably different and the rules may have changed since I did that. So I pulled out half of what was in my 401k, which at the time in 2010, 2011 was half was $28,000. So I pulled out the $28,000. I don't want to think about this. Okay. Oh my God, I'm stupid. We learn. You guys are learning from me. So I had $28,000 sitting in my Wells Fargo savings account so that if I bought a house at auction, that's how much, that was the max I could afford to pay, right? This house, I think it went for like $99,000. I didn't have $99,000. Maybe it was $98,000. I didn't think that that specific property, looking back, I wish I would have figured out how to get that money. But at the time, I didn't have that. I didn't have that much cash. I didn't know about I don't know if a bank would have given me that much money up front, because if you win a house at auction, you're supposed to you give them like a $5,000 cashier's check just to be able to bid. And then I think you're supposed to be able to come up with the cash within 24 hours. So my mom's friend, Mike, my mom was there. My realtor was there. I wanted that house, but it went for more than I could afford. But then I had that $28,000 and I just let it sit in my Wells Fargo savings account, not a high yield savings account. And I think that that money probably sat there for about a year because this house. So then when I didn't get that house, I started ramping up my search for something else. And I took my poor realtor all around. I took her to Inglewood. I took her to Long Beach. I took her to this area, this area is about a half a block from my old apartment. So I knew the area really well. But I battled to get this house because it was a short sale for about 6 months. So while I was trying to get this house and while I was looking at other properties, I just left my money sitting in my not high yield savings account. And I will tell you, I don't know what the high yield savings rates were back in 2011. We could probably look that up, but I think I'm not going to because that's just going to make me sad on what I missed out on. But I missed out on 6 months of interest. And at today's rates, that would have been almost $150 extra a month. So in 6 months, what is that, like $900? And like $900 when you're moving, 28. Okay, let's call it, no, you know what? At today's rates, that would have almost been $90 a month. 90 times 6. Oh, that would have only been, at $90 a month in interest times 6 months, it would have been $540. That is still that's a lot of money. When I was buying this house, buying houses is stressful, especially when it's your first house and you don't know what you're doing. I almost let this house go because they made me put there was no oven, and they were like, "No, you have to have an oven, otherwise that's not considered a kitchen." And I was like, "Buy an oven? I don't even know what I want my final kitchen to look like. I don't wanna put an oven in there. Like, this is crazy." And then I literally said, I was like, "Can we just go to my old apartment? You guys can take a picture of, like, the oven there, and we just say that that's this kitchen?" And they were like, "No, lady, we can't do that." But I didn't know if I wanted stainless steel or whatever. I ended up getting an oven, and I still have this oven 12 years later. I got an oven, a white oven from a used appliance store, right down the street for about $100. But that $500, that would have covered the oven, it would have covered the refrigerator, which I also got used. Um, $500, especially back then, that's a lot of money. So I just missed out on $500 basically because I did not have my money in a high yield savings account. So even though the rates are going down, it's still going to be beneficial. It's going to be better than the penny or whatever I was earning back then. Okay. Um so yes, banks are lowering the rates, but it's still better than like a traditional savings account. That's going to be like my final answer. How did I move this? When I do the different view, okay, stop moving the computer, Shelly. Anyway, it crops it a little bit. Okay, Debbie says, update us. Why is mom moving in? So, one, quite honestly, I think she's getting lonely. I think she, if she lives here, she'll get to see my friend who works from home. This is my best friend from when I was like 13. So my mom knows this friend as well. My mom and my best friend share the same birthday. Um, so probably my mom's gonna be hanging out with my friend like while they do work from home and go on their lunch break and stuff. And then while I'm at work, if my friend's working from home, I'm hoping that like if my mom needs anything, like my friend can check on my mom. Uh, but it's not just because she's lonely, but a little bit. Things are just getting harder on her. She is 77 and a lot of it has to do with repairs on the trailer. Um, every year, it seems like it was needing something major. I think I started doing the channel during the bathroom renovations for my mom. I definitely shared about that. I was going to make a video. I tried to renovate it myself. That did not work. Um, so my mom the trailer needed a lot of renovations, but prior to the bathroom renovation, we it needed a new roof. Like, it was leaking in, like, 3 different places all at once. Then after that, so it was the roof, which was about a $5,000 repair. Then it was right around the roof, we might have done a new porch, which I think was only, like, $800, but new roof, new porch, then we needed the bathroom repair, then, like, the refrigerator shorted out, like, the electric. Currently, there's a leak even though we just redid the bathroom, there's some different theories. We think maybe there's a crack in that toilet because it keeps leak the bathroom that's closest to my mom's room, that the trailer has 3 bedrooms, guys. Just because it's a trailer doesn't mean it's crappy, even though I'm talking about a bathroom, no pun intended. But there is a bathroom right next to my mom's room, and her balance isn't as good anymore, so I would love her to be able to use that bathroom, but she's not able to use that bathroom because every time we flush the toilet, it leaks. So, we can't figure out, like, why that's happening. So that needs fixed. Um, there's still other electrical in the house that's not good. And then kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back is, the back porch needed to be redone, and, like, the cost of everything has gone up. We don't really even use the back stairs, it's just a safety thing, like, if my mom's back there and slips in the bathroom and, like, the paramedics need to, like, go up those stairs, we need the stairs not to rot away and, like, cause the emergency technicians to, like, fall through the stairs, you know? So, basically, like, my mom was feeling like it wasn't worth it to sink more money into the trailer. Trailers aren't really worth a lot of money when you resell them. Now, I don't say this to make my mom feel bad or anything. It's her trailer, her choice, all of that. I Well, there's part of me, right? There's part of me that's like, "Oh, I wish she could have lived there until she passed away, and then I could have inherited the trailer, and I could have renovated it and sold it." But there's another part, and this is probably the more realistic part, not like, "Oh, I wish I could renovate it myself," which I tried with the bathroom and was not successful and still had to, like, pay for the repair, right? Um there's a part of me that knows that, like, while I'm working a 60-hour work week and as I get older every day, uh, it's just not necessarily I probably wasn't actually gonna renovate it. So, it probably is in the long run going to be easier on me that we're going through my mom's stuff now, that she's downsizing now, that we've sold the trailer now, that I know that, like, these are her wishes for, like, what happens to the trailer, all of that kind of thing. And that is honestly probably a good thing. Somebody who already lived in the trailer park is going to buy it or has purchased it, even though he purchased it, like, he was like, "If you guys need till the 1st of the year to move out, that's fine." He told her that anything she doesn't want, she can just leave. So there's a huge value in that. He bought the trailer as is. She disclosed anything that she knows of where it needs repairs. Um, so there's a huge, like, relief that I'm not gonna have to sort through her stuff after she passes away, that I'm not going to have to be dealing with grief and major home renovations as well. But I also think on the flip side of that coin, there was a part of me that was like, maybe I'll move in with my mom. Maybe I'll use her trailer as practice for renovating. If I have not shared this before, I do think it's a goal of mine. Story time again, kind of about the house and how my net worth grew to be $1 million, over a little over a million, is I used to watch a lot of those Property Brothers shows where they would show people their dream house, show them how much it cost, and then that they couldn't afford it. But then they would show them, like, if you put in sweat equity, like if you do some of your own renovations, how you can save money and, like, do the project within a budget that you have. So that's and my house is still a fixer upper. But there's part of me that, like, wanted to practice on my mom's house and use that to gain some knowledge. Yes, Debbie, we love it. When in doubt, throw it out. I have trouble with that though. I think my mom does as well. Um, so I'm having trouble right now kind of tossing things that I know need to go to make room for the things, to make room for my mom. But I have a month to do it. And you know what? There's a lot of floor space if I need to pile things in the middle of the floor while I go through them, which that might be the reality if they keep working me 60 days a week. Anyway, so there's part of me that wanted to use my mom's house as kind of like practice for if I ever bought a fixer upper so that I would like the trailer would have been low stakes for me to try and renovate to see what I'm capable of and all of that. But if I'm honest with myself, I probably don't have the time that it would have taken to do the renovations. So I think in the long run, like, this is the right choice. It's going to be easier, and I'm not trying to, like, renovate a trailer while dealing with grief, while dealing with um like throwing out and sorting through all my mom's personal belongings. So we're doing that while she's still with us, and by we're, I mean she's doing all of that while she's still here. Um, it's gonna make other things easier as well, like taking her to the doctor. Like, I'm not gonna have to, and mom, if you still wanna go out to Loma Linda, which is in San Bernardino County, and I live in LA County, I live, like, you know, I live close to Santa Monica, not in Santa Monica, not in the good part, like, actually pretty east of Santa Monica, but my mom can only go to the VA hospital. So there's a VA hospital in Los Angeles, but even if she doesn't want to go to the VA hospital in Los Angeles, and she still wants to go out to Loma Linda to go to the hospital, it's still the same mileage, but I'm not going to have to stop to pick her up. And on the way back, I'm not going to have to stop to drop her off, which would still save us like time and energy. You know what I mean? Um, so so I think that will be a benefit, like, she'll just be here, so I can just put her in the car and we'll just go to the doctors. She's also gonna be letting go of her car, and that is something that we're trying to figure out about how to still have her freedom if she's not driving. So we'll maybe I can't believe this is this late in this video. So we will probably, set up access for her. We'll probably set up Dial-A-Ride, and then I'll probably, like, give her, like, an Uber gift card or, like, an Uber account with some money on there, so if she just wants to Uber, she can do that. Shout out to Katie. Katie's a regular viewer, and Andrew, I'll get to your, statement in a second. So interesting. Interesting. Definitely look at Andrew's comment in a second. So, oops, lost my train of thought for just a second. I don't know. My mom's moving in and it's gonna be a good thing. That's the moral of the story, really. Oh yeah. Oh, thanking Katie. Katie had a really good idea. Apparently on some other channel, like they were like, what my mom received in her commodity box. So mom, we might need to do an unboxing. They call them unboxing videos where you open the box and we show people what's inside, what you get in your commodity box. But I don't know if my mom's going to be eligible for that box when she moves in with me. We probably are not going to be eating our meals together. But I also don't think she's going to be eligible for food stamps, and that's okay. We're still just going to get whatever you want to eat, mom, and we're not going to worry about it. Okay. Debbie says, glad mom is joining me. Safer, more economical, overall smarter. God bless, and I hope you don't fight too much. That's what we're hoping also. We are definitely making sure that we're each going to have our dedicated spaces. Like I have this room is not huge. But like, I don't know. So that's the wall. I can almost touch it. And then I need to put like a dresser probably right here on this wall. I don't know how that's going to look on camera though. Oh, but we put my big head here. Yeah, there's going to be, maybe I put the dresser. I don't know. There's a couple different places where I could put like a little dresser. My closet's downsizing, but that's okay. I need to throw away some of my clothes that don't fit. I need to downsize. I don't need all this junk that I have. So I need to keep downsizing a little bit. When in doubt, throw it out. Debbie, I think I need to borrow you. I think you need to come over and help me toss stuff, or I got to do that on a live. I got to like hold it up and you tell me like, keep it, throw it away. Something else that's taking up space in my life that I don't know if I'm going to keep it or use it is that violin. I said I was going to play the violin for an hour a week. I haven't done that. Or maybe it says 30 minutes a week. That was on my 2024 goals. I haven't done that. So maybe it's time to let go of the violin. Is it just something taking up space that I'm never actually going to do? And that I don't know. In my head, my mom's going to move in and like, I'm going to enrich our lives and I'll have like a music teacher and she'll play a keyboard while I play violin, and we'll have like a language teacher and we'll both learn Spanish. Because I do want to make sure that my mom enjoys living with me, but we're also making sure that we have our space. Hi, Rocky. Thank you. He'll take the violin to play. Should I get rid of it? Or should I try and hire a music teacher? That's what I think I would like to do, is hire a music teacher. But I gotta also be honest, I'm having something called trigger finger, where it's like my finger gets stuck. This one, see, it won't bend. That's about as far as it bends. If I push it, nope, not today. Yeah, if I push it, it'll go, but then it gets stuck. So like maybe I'm not even going to be able to hold a bow. Or maybe I need to hold a bow more to like do it. Yeah. Okay. We'll try and get a music teacher. I think that's what I would like to do. I just want to make sure that like both my life and my mom's life are enriched. She wants to give me rent money. So like maybe I can use that money for like a violin teacher or a language teacher. And maybe it's somebody that comes to the house so that we don't have to leave. I don't know, but I'm feeling like maybe that's a possibility. Okay. Let's go back to Andrew's comment for a minute. But yeah, we are, and I guess Debbie, I also work I'm working 60 hours. I won't see my mom that much. Andrew says, I play piano since age 4. Now you're in your 30s. You should play at a steak restaurant. I was offered a job to do it. Should I? Yeah, I think that, yes. And there's going to be a couple reasons why 100% Andrew, you should do that. Number one, I think this might be the only reason. No, there's going to be at least 2 reasons, maybe 3. Number one, it's is going to be like hopefully they'll tip you, right? So that's number one. Hopefully it would be a little extra income, but that's not actually the number one reason why I think you should do it. The number one reason that I think you should do it is I think you would make good connections doing that, right? I think that that would be a really good opportunity to like network and strike up conversations maybe with people that are in the restaurant, or maybe they'll hire somebody to sing while you're playing, or even just the owner of the restaurant. Um, Anything that you can do that increases your network is your net worth. Have you guys heard that saying? So increase your network with people who appreciate music, people who are dining at a restaurant that plays live music. I think that the network, the circle of friends that you could expand, that I think that's going to be really beneficial. So one, hopefully a little extra money, but the number one reason to do it that I'm listing as number 2 is your opportunities for networking. And then number 3, to just practice and share your craft, right? If you make a commitment to play at that restaurant, then that keeps you in practice, but you also get to share your artistic side with other people. And so I think that's good. I think so that's 3 reasons. Um, and if you have the time, and most of us have time, it's just making the time and keeping that commitment. That's why, even though I'm not making tons of money when I go live every Sunday, I am keeping a commitment to myself. So yeah. So, and Andrew is saying that that's a good point. The restaurant will most likely want me to play like, I'm not even gonna say it right. Chopin, it's not Chopin, it's Chopin, right? That's how I'm embarrassed. Chopin. You'll tell me. But you want to do piano renditions of pop songs, but it's a side hustle. Yeah. But yeah, do it for the networking, and the people who can pronounce Chopin properly, those are the people that you want to network with, right? I follow somebody on Instagram. This is a side rant. He posted yesterday. His name is, hold on, what is his name? Okay. Let's see if there's pictures of what he did. No, there's not. It was a story. Their story's unavailable. Okay. So this person, he goes, yeah, thank you, Rocky. It's a Disney Halloween sweater. I've gone to Disney a lot. I bought an annual pass this year. We're allowed to have some fun with our money if our finances allow it. And maybe next year I don't get that pass, but this year I did, and I bought the Halloween sweater, and I wore the Halloween sweater to Disneyland, and I don't regret it. I got a ton of compliments on it, and yeah, I like Halloween sweaters. Halloween's my favorite holiday. Anyway, thank you though. Thank you. So, oh, There's a store. It's called Watch Time, right? This person that I follow on Instagram. And they showed all of these watches and he put up a poll on his story. He was like, "How much do you think this watch was worth?" And the watch was worth like $700,000. And I think he tried it on, right? Can you imagine being in a room full of people, some of them probably like my some Instagram acquaintance. I don't know him in real life. He's somebody I follow on Instagram. What do you call that person? An influencer? I don't know. I don't really think he's an influencer, but he's a person who is trying to build his net worth and he goes to all kinds of networking events. But he also like he'll go to conventions and things and he'll get like the free food and stuff. He's like free meal provided by da da da. So he went to this sponsored by Watch Time in Orange County, WATCH, Watch Time, TIME. And it's a store. There used to be one of these stores at the mall I used to work in, Watch Time. Apparently, they do a monthly event, but the one that he just went to is the biggest event of the year, probably because the holidays are coming up. I don't know. I don't know why the one he just went to is the biggest one. And these watchmakers, which watches, I don't know, it's the whole thing. It's like a craft, right? Like how the dials work and everything. Anyway, whatever. He goes to this event. They're giving out free champagne. They're giving out free hors d'oeuvres. And by hors d'oeuvre, like when I think of hors d'oeuvres, I think of appetizers. But they're giving out like catering. I think catering's a better word for it. Where like if you eat enough of this catering, you're gonna wind up with a free meal. Chopin. Okay. Okay. I had to think about it though. Thank you, Andrew. I knew you'd come through with how to pronounce it. So they were also handing out like old fashions and there were like prizes and entries. So he's just at this like watch networking event and I asked him, I'm going to just tell you the whole conversation. I said, "Where are you and how did you get an invite? I think I need to switch up my networking plan." He said, Watch Club Friends. I thought at first it was like watch, like look, but no, Watch Club Friends. So I guess he's in a watch club. So I guess maybe I need to join a watch club. I know I need to go to these events, but I'm gonna share with you guys what I learned. Okay, Watch Club Friends. So he's in some sort of watch club, and he just made some friends. He goes, "That was at that was in OC at the mall." I said, "Whoa, I feel like I need as oh." Then I put in my guess for how much that watch cost. I guess it was 500,000, and I was wrong. It was 700,000. I said, "How did you get on their list? Did you purchase something in the past or was this a public event? How in the world did you find out about this?" And then I said, "I'd go just for the old fashioned. I do like old fashions." Okay. And then he said, "I know people, haha, through my watch friends." He's never bought anything for this store. They have events every month, although he thinks this is the biggest of the year. There are a lot of rich people in SoCal who like to hang out. I just get the invite too. And then he volunteers. Same with the Ferrari / Aston Martin car friends, etc. And then this is a true story. This is when I was in the Graham Stephan mentorship. And guess who else? Guess what kind of people are in the Graham Stephan mentorship? People interested in money and interested in improving their finances. But I actually met, and I'm going to consider them acquaintances, but I've met several people with high net worth in the multi-millions in that Graham Stephan mentorship. So those are people that if I was thinking about buying a business, I could ask them. P.S. I'm still looking for a laundromat, you guys. And also, I should probably just get off my Tookus and go ask the laundromat that's closest to my house that my friends and I like all use. Like that gentleman is old and I think he's had to hire some younger help to like cover for him because like he's been limping around. So maybe he's ready to sell his laundromat and maybe I would like to come in and buy it. So I need to go find him and have that conversation. Anyway, he says, okay, so the last comment from this person I follow, which by the way, his name on Instagram, if you guys want to follow him, is PhD on fire, and it's PhD underscore on underscore fire. Okay. So he goes, same with the Ferrari slash Aston Martin car friends. So you can be an enthusiast and you can go and like meet people who are also enthusiasts, but maybe some of those enthusiasts are going to be um actual owners. Like maybe you're going to go and you're going to be admiring a car, and maybe the owner of that car is going to be right there. And then you can find out more things and like, I don't know, just go out and like talk and network. So, Andrew, I think this is a networking opportunity for you. This is still how that's tying in. Anyway, so then I shared a story. There used to be this app called Clubhouse. I don't even know if Clubhouse is still exists. But everybody on the Graham Stephan mentorship, we were all talking about Clubhouse. And is this going to be the next like YouTube? Is there going to be a way to monetize it? Yada, 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 right? But I go in and I go, I went in a chat room when Clubhouse first started, and it like all these like designers for Aston Martin, Ferrari, like other high-end car brands that I don't Fiat? That's not it. Is there an expensive brand that starts with a P? Anyway, whatever. I was like, but people I didn't know. I only went in because I saw somebody from the Graham Stephan group in there, right? Like it would show you like which chat groups your friends are in. So I saw somebody from the Graham Stephan mentorship and I was like, oh, he's in there. I'll go in and say hi. As soon as I went in that chat room, they were like, oh, what's your favorite car and why? And I go, this is really what I said to the designers of Aston Martins, Ferrari, really high-end car designers. I go, but I didn't know. I did not know what chat room I was in. It was not named like high-end car enthusiast. No, it was just named like something random. And I had no idea. Maybe it wasn't random. Maybe it was the name of one of those high-end cars. But anyway, I go, oh, whatever lasts the longest and is the best on gas. That is what I said. And then they all laughed and they told me what chat room I was in. And I felt slightly embarrassed. But they were nice. They had a good laugh about it. And it was kind of funny. And then I waited for the appropriate time to like die of embarrassment, to not just like immediately bolt out of that room. But as soon as I saw an opportunity, I was like, oh, well, thanks for talking to me, guys. Bye. But then the person so I shared that story with the guy on Instagram. And then he goes, all my friends know I sleep in my hybrid Honda during my road trips. And they still invite me back to their $2 million Porsche 918 Spider Wasatch. And he says, people matter. He's like, and then to this watch event where he tried on a $700,000 watch. He said, I wore my Apple Watch yesterday. No one said a word. So networking is important. And I think you should do it just for that. Okay, now Rocky says, you are Shelly's Millions. You should be at these events getting free gifts. You're an influencer. I know. I need to do more with it. I have another acquaintance. We hosted one of his events, one of his YouTube videos at our movie theater, which was super, super cool. And that's what I would love to see the future of movies do, is partner more with like big YouTubers and like premiere their videos, which is what we did for him. But he's looking for sponsors. So I still rock my coldest water bottle, you guys. I don't know if you remember when I would used to place that in the videos. Like I drink during my lives. So why not be sponsored for it? So I told him about that. He's looking for sponsorships. I told him about that. I'm still in contact with my friend Phidias, who I took to Yosemite. He's a politician now. Anyway, like you just never know who you're going to meet and how, like, I don't want to encourage anybody to use people, but do go out there and share your talents and your joy with people and then talk to them while you're out about it. Right. And I think that can make good things happen in your life, right? So absolutely, I think you should go play piano at the restaurant, even if it's not for the money, just for the networking. But I mean, the money also, and just to keep you like in practice, right? If you're going to be practicing at your house, who cares if it's even $5? Go practice at the restaurant and make that $5 and have the opportunity to potentially meet somebody, right? that can like in some way, and Andrew, you like cars, so like you would know you all that stuff. Okay. I would love to get free gifts, but also I don't want to be obligated to like open them and review them and claim them on your taxes. Okay. And then we're going to close out with one more high yield savings account comment, and that's comments also from Andrew. He said, "So I do high yield savings with Ally Bank with their savings account, which is that's where Joel decided to go. Also, I'm going to take one more sip of coffee. Joel's not in the chat today, but Joel said that that's where he has his high yield savings account. And it went down from 4.25% to 4%. So now instead of $70 a month of interest, it's now like 60. But that's still better than the literal, like it would probably be 6 cents with Wells Fargo. So whatever, that's $60 of free money in a high yield savings account. And I bet that's what is that on? Is that on like almost 15,000? And just an update. So I'm with American Express. American Express is still at 4.25%. And Andrew, when I was looking at the interest rates maybe a month ago, I want to say that Ally was at 5% interest. So they're already down to 4%. So I decided to go with American Express savings instead, and they were at 4.25 and they're still at 4.25%. So even though Ally was more when I chose to go to American Express is now higher than Ally. But anyway, it's more than it would have been with Wells Fargo. So still, it is worth moving it. Oh my God. And I never finished the reasons why I think people don't move their money into high yield savings accounts. So let me like finish that thought before we head off today. Convenience. It is convenient to have your money in one place. And two, I think people don't understand what they're missing out on, right? I think people just don't know. They think savings account, they're like, how much money could I be missing out on? Guys, we're talking about the difference between 6 pennies and $60. And I'm sorry, for $60, that would fill up my gas tank twice. $60, that's like, it's free money. It is free money that you're leaving on the table if you're not doing it. Now, it does depend on how much money you have in your high yield savings account, but the more money you're able to save, the more it's going to grow. They recommend having, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year's worth of living expenses in a savings account. But let's just not call it in a savings account. Let's put that in a high yield savings account. Let your money make money while you're not doing anything. No time is required. It's a choice. I think people also don't want to do the research, or people are nervous to do it, but they don't want to take the time. They want to stay with what they know. And I think what started me talking about that is some of the bank brands that I didn't recognize when we're looking at this. Like I don't recognize UFB Direct, okay? And they have, out of these top 5 standout online savings accounts from our partners, so this is NerdWallet's partners, they're all FDIC insured, but Yahoo Bank was FDIC insured, and somehow like their server partner, they're the ones that went belly up, and that's what locked everybody's money up in Yada. So people get nervous if they don't recognize the name. So, but you know what? There are a lot of names on here that hopefully you do recognize. So, an American Express, that's to me, they've been around the longest. That has the most name recognition. So I do think that's why people like Bank of America, right? Like, what is Citibank? Like, what does that stand for? What does UFB stand for? We don't know, but we know what Bank of America, we live in America, and this is the Bank of America. Bank of America is not good, though. They don't have a good high yield savings account. So if you want to, stay with a name, I think American Express is a decent one. All right, you guys. I think we're gonna head out today. I think we covered a lot of topics. Thank you for putting up with my rambling. I am so glad when so many of you tell me that you are with a high yield savings account. And Andrew, I'm gonna want the update. I do think you should go play piano for that restaurant. I really do. But make sure to, try see if they'll let you talk to some people, even if it's just the restaurant owner, the restaurant workers. Maybe you take your break outside and you thank the people as they're leaving and strike up a conversation with them. I don't know. I don't know. There might be like a thing where the restaurant doesn't want you to talk to the clients. That could be. But sometimes, like, I don't know, maybe you will meet somebody that will ask you to play at an event, and maybe that's where either the big money will be for playing their event, or maybe that's where you'll network and find more people. So yeah, I definitely think go and do it. That's my advice. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me this Sunday. It was good to see so many of you. Alex, you didn't update me on your roommate situation. I hope it's not a if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all situation. I hope that that's going well for you. And hopefully when my mom is my roommate, which will be like, how many lives do we have? Let's pull up a calendar. I'll tell you how many lives I have before. My mom is texting me. The VA called. Oh, cool. All right. My mom has an appointment for an MRI right before she moves in with me. That's fine. Okay, so I hopefully will all have the entire day off then. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 more Sundays before Mama Millions will be joining us permanently. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next week.